Hey friends, Jonathan Neal Fitness here, and today we're going to cover and learn one of my favorite corrective exercises, a little variation on the lunge that I find really helps us to get a little potentiation or a little energy, a little activity through the glutes. Now what we know is that a lot of lower back pain is going to be caused by weakness or inactivity in the glutes. That's the glutes themselves, the glute max especially, loses its ability to fully engage. What happens is that then the lower back muscles and the lower spine itself actually have to do the job of holding us upright. So if we can get those glutes turned back on and functioning properly, that's when we'll be able to relieve some of that lower back stuff and even just move better, get better activation, get better glute development and all that stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to show you the exercise right here. So we're going to start from a really short lunge. I say about maybe 1 foot's distance between the back toes and the front heel. I'm going to make sure I have enough width. So from the front, we want to make sure that we're not tight roping it. This is going to crush the hips in. We want our hips to be able to find that nice neutral position. So about hips width or maybe even a little bit wider for a little more stability. So once we have that, it's really the side view that's going to be most important here. So I'm going to ground into the heel of the front foot, and that's really important. If I shift weight into the toes, I'm going to feel the knee and the quadriceps. We want to be back into that heel. We also don't want to place a lot of weight on the back foot here. So what we're going to do from there, we're going to bring our hands to the center. I'm going to squat down and back. But again, I'm not loading into that back foot, very, very little weight on the back foot. What I am loading into is the heel of the front foot. So before I even go further, I'm going to rotate a little and then I'm going to press down into that heel until I feel a lot of energy building up on the back side, the posterior chain here, the glutes and the hamstrings. With the twist, I'm also going to draw in the core muscles, hold that tension, that potential tension back in the glutes and the hamstrings, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to press through that heel, reach up, and drive that hip into full extension, feeling the glute. From there, again, we're just going to drop down and back, pause right here. Take the moment, instead of just rushing through it, take the moment to really make sure. If I'm on the toes, this isn't going to do me any good. It might even hurt. I want to make sure that I'm on the heel of that front foot, feeling that glute potentiate, feeling it feel a lot of tension, get that twist, get the abs in, and then drive forward and up, squeeze. Show you from the front view here what we're looking for. We're going to get, again, hips width here, get ourselves set up, loading on that front foot. I'm going to squat down. Notice that I don't shift laterally. I'm trying to keep square with my feet, my hips and my feet squared in a line. I'm then going to add a little bit of rotation, and then I'm again going to press into that heel. I'm going to push it for a while until I really feel that left glute, that back glute activate. And then once it is, I'm going to drive into that heel, extend up. So it's going to be down, back, press the heel, feel the tension, draw the abs in, get the spine straight, and then driving up, pressing forward. Now one of the ways we can think about this, by analogy, is like a bow and arrow. If I have a bow and arrow, I got my bow, and I got my string. If I want to make that arrow shoot, I'm going to grab that string, pull it back until it's really stretched. It's got a lot of what we call potential energy. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to let go, and it's going to snap back to a straight line. So we're going to think about the glute as that string of the bow. We're going to think about this right hip bone here as being the arrow. So we want to get, again, I'm sinking back, not forward but back. I'm loading that arrow. I'm stretching out the string of the glute. And then I'm going to twist a little, draw in the core, and then when I'm ready, I'm just going to bang, fire that arrow, fire that hip bone straight ahead. Loading back, abs in, straight spine, careful not to crunch up. We want to get that length and integrity to the spine, and then I'm pushing / I'm pulling back a little through that heel so that I really shoot forward. This should get a strong contraction with the glute. If we're not getting a strong contraction with the glute, there's a couple things that could be going wrong. One, we're not putting our weight on that heel, kind of obvious. Two, if I don't get that little rotation, I miss some of the fibers of the glutes, so we want that. Good. And we want to make sure that when we drive up, that I don't, if I have too long of a stance, when I come up, I'll come to here. this flexion at the hip is not going to allow the glute to engage. I need to make sure that if I want full glute engagement, when I hit the top of the movement, there is a straight line, full hip extension right here. That's going to get the full glute engagement. So just one more time, I'll show you in real time how we do that. Get my feet just like this, hands in. I'm going to come down, twist, take that moment, press the heel, feel the glute. When I'm ready, bang, all the way up. Feel that glute, squeeze it. Load back down into it, pause, hold, tension, abs in, drive it on up. Good, I'll show you two more on the other side too. So again, I come down, twist, load the heel, load the glutes, load the abs, feel that tension, that potential energy, and then I'm going to shoot that arrow forward. Sink right back into that hip and glutes, straighten out the spine, abs in, take the time to get it right, and then bang, right on up. So that's a really good corrective exercise to help get the glutes to fire in the way that they're supposed to fire. Not just a bridge on the floor, there's nothing wrong with that, but as we get that rotation, we get that unilateral movement, you're going to feel a lot better contraction, a lot more complete contraction of that glute. So that's the exercise for today. I hope you guys found it helpful. I hope you can implement this, get those glutes firing, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.